Hi and welcome to class today. So today we are going to take the bound into the next level. We are going to put it on balancing poses and including the twist. So we go through a lot of basic balancing poses, and then you will do bird of paradise again and bird of paradise in the twisting variation, or some people even call it bird of hell. So at first, let's start on the floor in a sitting pose, and you will prepare one strap with you and a block. So we only use one block because it will be quite a lot of twisting and binding, and too much block may be too messy, interrupting for us. So one is enough. Let's sit on the floor with your hands on your knees. Close your eyes. And at first, we will spend the first minutes of the yoga class focusing on your breath. Take a deep inhale, sit up higher, and exhale, keep the same height. Squeeze your belly in. Slow down with your breath. And remember the mantra of the bound and twist. That is, inhale longer. And exhale, squeeze your belly tight. So every time you inhale, you feel like you are growing up taller. And every time you exhale, try to push all the air out through your nose. It's like you are vacuum sealing your belly and your chest. When you inhale, imagine you're bringing more space inside your torso and especially into your spine, between the vertebrae. Imagine you get taller whenever you inhale and get flat whenever you exhale. See every time you inhale and exhale as a chance to go deeper into the pose. And now make your breath really strong now that you are in the easy sitting pose. It's very easy to do so here. But keep this strong breath in all the bounds and the twist. So that you train your breathing muscles, all the muscles around your lungs. For the last few breaths, really feel how your rib cage expand and all the muscles between your rib bones expanding. And exhale, feel how they're contracting. And then slowly open your eyes. Let's inhale, bring your arms over your head. And exhale, side bending to the right. Inhale, reach your hands further away and bring your chest up. And exhale, press your left hip down to the floor. And feel the bend of the side, feel the stretch on your left side. And then let's bring your hand behind you and then in front of you for 3 rounds. Try to make the circle as big as you can and turn your chest with your arm moving 2, and one more time. Now let's keep your hands over your head and then we change direction. So 3 rounds on the other side. And one last round. Inhale, bring your arms up. And now let's bring that hand to point right up to the sky. Turn your hand back and bring it down to your hip, to the other hip. Let's inhale, bring your right hand up, and exhale, right hand on your left knee and twist. So if you can hold your left hand on your right side, then awesome, you can hold it there. Otherwise, keep your hand waiting at your hip or at your low back, and then inhale our mantra, taller, and exhale, twist more. And continue the mantra, inhale, taller, exhale, twist. For one more round, inhale, and exhale. And let's slowly get out of this pose. Inhale, bring your arms up, and exhale, side bending to the left side. Keep your hips on the floor, both of them, but try to reach your hands further and further away. So inhale, raise your chest up and bring your hands more and more to the side. And then start opening your whole chest up to the ceiling and bring your arms behind you. Bring your hands in front of you again. Bring your chest to face the floor. And 2 more rounds like that, chest opening up, so that you make a circle as big as you can. And one last round. Right, then let's bring your right hand to the ceiling. Turn your right hand up and bring it down to the other waist. Bring your left arm up, inhale, and exhale, left hand to your right knee. So tighten your body, see if you can hook your right hand behind you into your other side. If you can do that, stay there. Inhale, taller, our mantra, and exhale, get deeper into the pose. So inhale, taller, and exhale. And one last time, inhale and exhale. Then let's come back to the center, bring your arms out, inhale. Exhale, bring your hands behind you, interlace your fingers. Try to touch your palms. So some people are here, I suggest you bend your elbows slightly so you can really touch your palms. Sit up straight. As you inhale, squeeze your shoulder blade and lift your hands away from you. Inhale and exhale, lift your hands even further and further away. And one more time, inhale and exhale. Okay, let's slowly release your hands. And bring your legs up down to the floor. And go to a table pose. Hands and knees on the floor, right below your shoulders and your hips. Let's check your hands and make sure your hands is pressing down to the floor, especially in the inside of your wrist. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Do your cat and cow, very big movement. Find the maximum cat and cow that you can do. For one more round. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Now let's inhale, cow, and bring your right leg up. Inhale, big back bend here. Exhale, bring your right knee to your face. Inhale, big back bend. Try to bring your leg even higher. And exhale, round yourself. And one more time, inhale. This time stay here and use your left hand. And see if you can hold your ankle. I guess you can because we did the back bend class. Kick your leg up higher as you inhale. Grow higher and higher. And exhale, bring your hand down to the floor and step your right foot to your right hand position. Roll up into a lunge. Inhale. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. Let's turn your whole body to the right side. And then bring your left arm outside of your right hand. And then bring your left arm outside of your leg. The twist. So inhale, taller. Raise your spine longer and exhale, twist deeper. And pay attention to the feeling, the connection between your arm and your leg. Push your arm into your leg and your leg back to your arm. And turn your chest up and up to the sky to twist more and more. Inhale and exhale for one final twist. And then inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, right hand down to the floor inside your foot. Bring your back leg to your right side and change your knee position. So now your knee and your foot is on the same line. Push your arm to your knee again. Open your arms up. Let's do the bound from here. So turn your top hand back and bring it down to your hip. Maybe in this bound you don't need the strap anymore. So you can try finding your hands. But if you cannot find your hands, you still need the strap. Hold it with your top hand. Bring it back and hold the strap here. So in this bound, we want to raise your chest up and turn your chest toward the ceiling. So feel like your front leg is very heavy because you are tightening it and your whole body weight is leaning on your front leg. Inhale, open a little bit more and exhale for one more breath. Inhale, maybe you can walk your hand closer and you can hold your fingers. If you can hold your fingers, you can start walking and hold your wrist. So your bottom hand will hold the wrist of the top hand, but that's optional. And then slowly get out of the pose. So it was really tight. You want to squeeze your body very tight. Bring your back leg up and send it back into plank pose. Bring your front foot outside. Let's inhale, sink your hip low. And exhale, bring your hip up high. Slowly bring your hip up higher and higher. Straighten your front knee into kind of pyramid pose. Press your hands down to the floor and bring your front leg up and send it back into plank. Inhale in plank and exhale chaturanga, or you can just find any way to lay down to the floor. Inhale cobra pose, bring your shoulders down and back, and exhale round yourself, downward facing dog. Let's stay in down dog for several breaths. You can walk your heels on and off the floor in down dog. Raise your hips up higher. And then inhale, plank pose. And exhale, bring your knees down to the floor, table pose. Inhale, cow pose. And raise your left leg up this time. Exhale, round yourself, left knee toward your arm. Inhale, cow pose with your leg even higher. And exhale. One last time, inhale, try not to open your knee out. Keep your hip facing to the floor. And then use your right hand to find your ankle here. Kick your hand up, kick your leg up really high to make the back bend pose. Raise your chest and your back knee up at the same time so you will not fall forward or backward. And notice your hand, press everything on your hand down to the floor. And then let's slowly release. Put your hand down to the floor and step your back foot forward. Raise yourself up in a kind of kneeling lunge pose. Inhale and exhale, hands in front of your heart. So let's twist yourself. Inhale, longer spine, and exhale, twist to the left side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale for one more time and exhale. Put your arm outside of your leg. Push your arms into your leg and your leg into your arm and twist. So every time you exhale, you turn your chest more and more up and out. Imagine you really don't want to touch your belly to your thigh. So every time you exhale, you squeeze your belly and twist more to the side. For one more breath, inhale and exhale. Let's go back to the center. Inhale, bring your arms up. And exhale, left hand inside your left foot. Turn your right leg to the back. And put your right knee to the same line as your front foot. So get the connection between your arm and your knee on the front of you and open your right arm up. So now let's try to do the twist. Turn your top hand up and back and bring your hand down behind you. So the other hand will go underneath your leg. Maybe you can find your hand. If you can find your hand, you can walk your hand, your bottom hand closer and closer to your top hand. And turn your chest up even more. So you really doing the chest opening here and you tightening yourself. But if you cannot hold your hands, and then turn your chest up. So inhale longer and exhale, turn more and more. So imagine if I'm standing in front of you, I will not see your top arm. For one more breath, inhale and exhale. Let's bring your hands down to the floor. Bring your back knee up and send it ready to go to the plank. So now your front foot will be a bit outside. Both of your hands are inside. Inhale, sink your hip low, and exhale, raise your hips up really high into kind of pyramid pose. Now press through your hands very much and bring your front foot back, plank. From plank pose, chaturanga, or you can find any way to lay down to the floor. Inhale, cobra pose, and exhale, downward facing dog. Stay for a while in down dog and walk your heels on and off the floor. And then look at your hands and step your feet forward toward your hands. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, forward bend. And slowly stand up. Inhale, bring your arms over your head. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Let's stay here in Tadasana, the mountain pose, for a while. So at first, let's try the hand to big toe pose, but now we're going to take it easy. Stand on your left leg and bring your right knee up. Hold your hand on your right knee. So actually hand to knee. Keep your hips here. Don't change your hip position. Open your knee out and bring your other arm out to keep balance. So you're going to move from this pose to the front variation. Bring your knee in front of you. And then change hand. So hold the knee with your left hand and open your right arm behind you into the twist variation. Try to stand up straight and hug your belly in so that you're not leaning back. And then slowly come back. Step your right leg, a long step back. Inhale, bring your arms over your head in high lunge. And exhale, right hand in front of you, left hand behind you in the twist. Inhale and twist, and exhale, come back to high lunge. Inhale and high lunge. Exhale, bring your back foot down to the floor, warrior two. Inhale and warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. And exhale, extended side angle. Bring your hand down to the floor inside your foot. Bend your knee a lot so you feel the connection between your knee and your arm already. And then we try the bound from here. So your top hand turn back and bring it down to your hip. The other hand go from underneath and find this hand. So now you can, if you can hold your hands, you can walk your bottom hand, which is your left hand, up higher and higher to hold your right wrist and turn your chest up even more. So inhale longer, always raise your head forward, and exhale, turn more. Try to keep your deep breath for 2 more times. And exhale. One last time. And then slowly get out of this pose. So warrior two again, inhale. Straighten your front leg, reverse triangle. Inhale here in reverse triangle, and exhale, bring your arms out. Triangle pose. Push your hips back and bring your hand down to the floor. Now turn your top hand back and bring it down to your hip. Bounded triangle. You can keep your knees slightly bent here and see if you can hold your hands. So if you cannot hold your hands, keep reaching your hands toward each other or use a strap, holding the strap with your top hand so that you can bound yourself. Turn your chest up more and press your leg into your arms so that your leg slowly becomes straighter. Take a deep inhale and exhale. And then let's release your bottom hand. Maybe move the strap out of your way too. Keep your top arm like here and keep turning your chest up. Find the block, bend your front knee, and go to half moon. So half bounded, half moon. Bring your back leg up. And this time today in half moon, point your toes. So you will not flex your leg foot anymore. You are going to point your toes and trying to pick your back leg up straight and straight. Okay, very good. From here, let's turn your hips. So your hip will be turning down to the floor. Hold your hands on the floor and step a long step back. plank pose. Bring your front foot and send it back. Knees down to the floor and lay down to the floor. You can do chaturanga if you want, but I'm going to save my energy. So inhale, cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your right leg up, and exhale, bend your right knee, step your right foot forward. High lunge pose as you inhale. Bring your arms over your head, and exhale, hands in front of your heart. Turn yourself to the side, so twisted lunge. With your arm outside of your leg, let's inhale, raise your chest up, and stay here for 2 more breaths. Inhale, and exhale. Keep your arm and your knee connecting to each other and open your arms so one is up and one is down. You don't have to touch the floor with your hand, but you need to keep the connection between your arm and your knee. And then let's bring your hands down to the floor. Straighten your front leg, bend and straighten several times through pyramid pose. And then you're going to hold the block with your left hand and slowly raise your back leg up. Point your toes this time into warrior 3 and then turn yourself to the side into half moon twisted. Bring your back leg up higher as you turn yourself more and more to the right side. Inhale and exhale. Bend your knees, step your foot down and stand up straight. Bring your arms over your head as you inhale and exhale, hands in front of your heart. Close your eyes and cool down with your breath. Relax a little bit. So for today, in all these balancing poses, we're going to point your toes. Not something fancy, we're just going to try raising your legs up with your toes pointing and feel the strength running all the way from your toes to your hips. So once you cool down here, let's open your eyes and we're going to do hand to big toes or hand to knee, actually, on your left leg. So let's open your left knee out. You can open your arms. Point your toes. So imagine your leg is so strong. It can be here even without your hands. Let's bring your knee in front of you. So into a front variation and always keep your upper body, keep your body up straight. And then slowly change hand. So your right hand will be holding your knee. You'll turn to the left side for the twist. Keep standing up straight. Don't lean back. Squeeze your belly in every time you exhale. And bring your chest more and more to the left side. Inhale here. And exhale, slowly come back. Let go of your leg and step a long step back into high lunge. Inhale, bring your arms over your head. And exhale, left hand in front of you and right hand behind you, twisted lunge. Inhale here, and exhale, bring your arms even further and further away from each other. Inhale, high lunge again, and exhale, bring your back foot down to the floor and open your arms, warrior 2. So inhale and warrior 2, and exhale. Inhale, warrior 2, and exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior 2, and exhale, extended side angle. Bring your front hand down to the floor. Bend your front knee more and feel the connection between your arm and your knee this time. Now your top hand, you bring it back and down to your hip, to the outside of your hip. And the other hand will find and try to hold your right hand onto your left hand. So if you can hold here, you can walk your right hand more and more onto your left elbow. Through your left wrist. Of course, it's very hard to hold the elbows. And then let's inhale longer, the mantra, and exhale, twist more. So remember our mantra today, inhale, raise your spine longer, and exhale, twist more. For one more breath, inhale, and exhale. Slowly release your hands and stand up straight. Bring your arms out, inhale. And exhale, reverse triangle. Take a deep inhale and exhale. So inhale, bring your arms out, and exhale, triangle pose, push your hip back and bring your hand down toward the floor. So if you have the block here, if you cannot hold the floor, the block is there for you. We're going to bound this triangle, so you can bend your front knee slightly, turn your top hand back and bring it down to your hip, and the other arm go underneath. So use your right hand to hold your left hand again, and then press your leg into your arm very much when you start straightening your front knee. That action will feel the same in Bird of Paradise. 2 more breaths. Inhale, grow taller. Imagine your head is growing forward. And exhale, turn your chest to face the sky. For 1 more breath, inhale and exhale. Then let's keep your top hand the same. Release your bottom hand. Bend your knee and find the block. Put the block right in front of your toes. Maybe a bit to the right side for easier balance. And move your hip forward. Start pointing your toes of the left leg, aka your back leg, and slowly point your toes and raise the whole leg up straight into half moon. And then let's turn your hips so that your hip will now facing the floor. Release your hands, hold your hands on the floor and crawl your hands back. Put your whole hands down to the floor. Your back foot is already on the floor. Step your front foot back, plank pose. So from plank, chaturanga, or knees down and lay down to the floor. Inhale, cobra pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here in down dog for a few breaths. And think of pulling one end of your spine, that is your hips, up higher and higher. You can move gently and you can imagine how you are decompressing your spine, getting more space for your spine. It's like you're holding one end of your spine and shaking, so you get more space from your spine. And then let's inhale, bring your left leg up, and exhale, left knee forward and step your left foot forward, high lunge pose. Stand up in high lunge as you inhale. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. A twisted lunge, let's start twisting to the left side. And then lean yourself forward and bring your arm outside of your knee. Push your knee to your arm and your arm back to your knee for the twist. So every time you inhale, grow taller. And every time you exhale, turn your chest away from your thigh even more. For 2 more breaths. And then keep this connection between your arm and your knee. Open your arms, one up and one down. The bottom hand don't have to hold the floor at all. The important thing is this connection between your arm and your knee. And then let's bring your hands down to the floor. And face the floor again. Straighten and bend your knees several times through the pyramid pose. And now bring your right hand to the block. Start moving forward. Point your right toes and lift your right leg up straight. So imagine your leg is like a ballet dancer leg. And then twist yourself to the left side. Raise your back leg up and turn yourself to the left side at the same time. Inhale. And exhale. And 1 more time. And then let's bring your foot down to the floor. And slowly stand up. Bring your arms over your head as you inhale. And exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart or arms to the side of your body. Keep your eyes closed. When you inhale, feel your lungs and your belly expanding and being filled. And exhale very long and slowly to bring all the heat, all the tiredness out of your body so that you can calm down and cool down. So let's try the hand to big toes. Now you really hold your big toes. Stand with your left leg and bring your right leg up and out. See if you can hold your see if you can bring your right arm inside and hold your right big toe into hand to big toes. You can use your other arm and point it out to keep balance. And slowly extend your knee. Think of growing yourself up and down and to the side, to 4 directions here. And see how much you can straighten your top leg without sacrificing the straight standing leg. And then let's bring your leg in front of you. Keep your hips square and change hand. So you can use your opposite hand and hold at your ankle or hold at your foot. Slowly turn yourself to the side and open your arms. Inhale and exhale, twist more, bring your chest more and more to the side. Try to bring your leg a bit higher, but sink your hip low. And then slowly get out this way and stand your front leg back, high lunge pose. Inhale, bring your arms up. And exhale, twist. So bring your right hand in front of you and left hand behind you. This time, bring your back hand onto your back side and your front arm over your head. So twisting and back bending at the same time. You are turning your chest to the left side of the room. If you want to go deeper into this pose, walk your hand along your leg for deep back bend. Raise your chest up all the time as you inhale and exhale. Keep your legs the same, don't change them at all. One more breath only. And then slowly swing your arms back and open yourself into the warrior 2. Whew. How was it? Inhale warrior 2 and exhale reverse warrior. Inhale warrior 2 and exhale. This time we're going to do bounded half moon. So you bring your hand down to the floor. What we're going to do is you're going to bind yourself and then look at the floor. Start moving your hip forward and bring your hip forward even more and more so you feel your back foot very light on the floor. Point your back foot toes, and when you feel like there's no weight at all on your back leg, you lift it off the floor. This is a very hard pose. So in the first few try, you will fall out of the pose, but then you will learn to control your leg when you lift it up. So try it again and again, and use a strap to support your bound if you need to. Yeah, okay. And once you're done with it, let's bring both hands down to the floor. Step your front foot back into plank pose, and then bring your knees down to the floor. Lay down to the floor. Inhale, cobra pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your left leg up. Open your left hip and bend your knee. And exhale, bring your knee close to your face and step your foot forward. Warrior 2 again. Open your arms out. What to do now? Bird of Paradise. So in Bird of Paradise, if you forgot what to do, we are going to do the bound and then step your back foot forward. Always looking down to the floor. And then change your body weight toward your right leg now. So you can bring your left heel and then left toes and the whole left leg off the floor into Bird of Paradise. And here you are. Stay for a few breaths in down dog. It's really warm here. And then let's inhale, lift your right leg up. Open your right hip and bend your right knee. Inhale, and then exhale, bring your right knee forward and step your right foot forward. Bring your back foot down to the floor into Warrior 2. Inhale, bring your arms out. And then we're going to do Bird of Paradise from Warrior 2. Inhale in Warrior 2. Exhale, Reverse Warrior. Inhale, Warrior 2. And exhale, hand down to the floor. bounded pose. Turn your top hand back and down, and your bottom hand go up and find your hands together. Now look down to the floor and step your back foot forward. So quite a few steps until you reach the front of your mat. Then you stand only on your left leg and you bring your right leg up with you. Hold your hands really strongly. Do the bound here. And slowly stand up. So you can keep looking down to the floor until you can stand up straight. Then you can look forward and feel this connection between your arm and your knee. Very, very familiar, right? So if you think you are very stable and straight here, you can slowly straighten your top leg too. Okay, and then slowly get out of this pose. Bring your leg down to the floor. Hug your elbows and swing yourself gently from side to side. Take some deep inhale and exhale here. And slowly stand up. Inhale, bring your arms over your head. Then exhale, hands in front of your heart. Stay here for a small break. Next thing we do is hand to big toes on your left side. So when you are ready, open your eyes, bring your left leg up, bring your left arm inside and hold your big toes. You can bring your arms out to keep balance and straighten your leg to the left side. Think of how your foot is pushing down to the floor and your body is growing up and your arms and your legs are growing to the side. So you are growing to 4 directions. Try to keep your hip low and straighten your knee. And then move your leg in front of you. Keep your hips square. Don't lift one hip up and change hand. Right hand holding your left leg or left foot. Turn your chest to the left side and open your arm behind you. Try to stand up straight all the time. And slowly release and step your left foot back a long step. So if you fall out of it, just find your way to high lunge. Bring your arms over your head in lunge. Left hand in front of you and right hand behind you, twisted lunge. Let's make it into a back bend too. Bring your back hand to touch your thigh in your front arm over your head. So this is already a back bend. You can stay here and keep balance. If you want more, keep your leg the same. Run your hand along your back thigh and go deeper and deeper into the back bend. Don't change anything on your legs and find a stable point to look at. One more breath. And then let's move your hands into a warrior 2. Feel like a Qigong master. Inhale, reverse, inhale, and exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior 2, and now we're going to do the bounded half moon. So hand down to the floor and bound yourself first. This time I'm going to do it with a strap. So I will hold the strap on my top hand, bring it behind, and hold the hands. From here, make sure that your bound is tight. Look in front of you on the floor. Start bringing your back foot forward and move your hip forward so much that you are very light on your back leg. Point your toes and point your toes up to the sky. Bounded half moon. Oops. So this pose is very hard. Spend some time to try it out. You may fall several times. And then you will learn how to control your leg when you lift it up like this. Point your toes and make sure everything from your hip to your toes are strong. I'm going to give it one more try. Yes, okay. And slowly, release. And step into plank pose. Lay down to the floor. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, down dog. So if at some point you are so tired of all these vinyasa movement, you can just keep it and wait for everyone's at down dog. And stay here in down dog. Calm down with your breath. So next thing we do is bird of paradise. Let's lift your left leg up. Inhale, open your hip, bend your left knee, and exhale, bring your knee forward and step your left foot forward. Open your right foot into warrior two. Bring your arms out. Inhale in warrior two, and exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hand down to the floor, the bound. So turn your top hand back and bring it down behind you. Try to hold your hands. Look forward in front of your mat and start stepping your back foot forward and forward. Now stand only on your right leg and lift your left leg off the floor. Keep looking down to the floor until you can stand up straight. Then you can look at some point in front of you and try to stand up straight first. Once you are quite straight and stable here, you can think of straightening your other leg. Ooh. So bird of paradise. And to get out of this pose, bend your knee and slowly bring the foot down to the floor in the same place you pick it up. Give yourself a hug into your elbows and swing around gently. And slowly stand up. Inhale, bring your arms over your head. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. Tadasana pose. You can also lift your arms to the side of your body. And take very deep breath. Gain back the space that you have been squeezing in your torso. Slow down with your breath to cool down in your body. Now we're going to try the bound in the twist. So if you forgot what it was about, it's like this. Open your arms and you try to bound yourself. So this one is a tricky one. I'm going to use a strap for this one. Right, and so you can watch me first what we're going to do next. We are going to go from here, twisted bound, to twisted bounded half moon. Which means we're going to go forward and forward until you can pick your back leg up, like this. And out. Okay. So let's try to do it. Oh my God, it's really twist my belly. So hold the strap with you on your right hand. Start in the front of your mat. Step your left foot back, a long step, into the lunge. So let's twist yourself. Bring your arm outside of your thigh. And push your hands to each other and twist deeper and deeper so you can open your arms. Your top arm will be behind you and your bottom arm will find the strap. Once you are here, hold tight. Don't release anything. Start leaning forward. Right in front of you. Think of the direction you go in warrior three. So when your back leg feels really light, you can pick it up and up. So to me, this one is easier than the half moon bounded. Oh, but it's a tricky one. Then slowly get out this pose. Oh my God. Move the strap and let's step back and lay down to the floor. Sphinx pose. Bring your hands, arms down to the floor and take a break here. So try to push through your arms to raise your chest up higher and move your chest forward. That pose was a hard one, very tricky. Then we slowly go up. And into downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your right leg up. And exhale, bring your right knee forward and step your right foot forward. Twisted triangle, let's straighten your front knee and hold your hand on the block. But if you can hold the floor, Let's hold your hand on the floor. Turn your chest to the right side and open your right arm up. So in the harder variation of this pose, you can bring your hand on your foot or outside of your foot. It's harder. Focus very much and think of pulling your hip back as you raising your head forward. And then slowly get out of this pose too and stand up. Take a small break here as you watch me do the bird of paradise twisted or bird of hell. Funny name. Hold the strap with your right hand and we start in the exactly same position. From here we go into bird of paradise, bird of hell. So you remember what we did in bird of paradise, right? You bring your back leg up, forward. You bring your back leg forward and forward until your feet are on the same level on the ground. Then you're going to stand only on your left leg, which means the leg that is free. And you try to pick your other leg up and stand up straight. So here we are. You can just be here or you can slowly straighten your leg. And to get out of this pose, you bring it down the same way you bring it up and release your hands. All right. After doing this, I really feel like I'm twisted to one side only. So let's try to do that. I'm going to do it with you. We start with the bound and twist. So now your right leg is forward, your left foot is behind. You're twisting on the right side. You bring your right hand with the strap up and back. Hold the hands into the strap out. And once you are here, look at your foot on the floor and step your back foot forward until your back foot is on the same line as your front foot. Stand on the foot that has just arrived, which means your left foot, but now in this case you don't know where is left, where is right. And pick your bounded leg up until you stand up straight. So here you are. And slowly straighten your legs. And get out of the pose. Okay, and then go down to the floor and take another break in Sphinx pose. Very gentle back bend. Bring a lot of air to your lungs. And from Sphinx pose, we're going to downward facing dog. And take a small break here. And push your hips up higher. Imagine you are lengthening your spine. Look to the front of your mat and step your feet forward. Holding your elbows and swinging gently from side to side. And wait for your body to cool down. And find the strap with you. Hold it on your left hand and slowly stand up. So inhale, you can bring your arms over your head. And exhale, bring your arms to the side. And take a break here. Then we're going to do the same to your other side. So we start by stepping your right foot back into the lunge, and we're going to twist on this lunge. So hands holding, hands in prayer position, and turn your chest to the left side and bring your arm outside of your knee. Here you are. Push your arm to your knee and your knee to your arm to twist yourself, and then hold the strap with your left hand and bring it up and bring it behind you. The other hand will try to hold the strap. So it's tricky here. You have to be extremely careful or you fall out of the pose. But if you fall out of the pose, you will just come back. Right, and tighten yourself here. Start looking to the floor right in front of your toes and move your body forward to the front of your mat. And see if you can put all your body weight on your front leg so your back leg will feel nothing and you can lift it up easily. Twisted bounded half moon. Alright, and slowly get out of this pose. Bring your hands down to the floor and step your foot back and lay down to the floor. Another break in Sphinx pose. Keep your elbows right underneath your shoulders and close your eyes. If you want to do that pose again, maybe you follow me in the first pose and you did it twice, then you should do this side twice too. And then we will go to downward facing dog. And we will try the bird of hell. So I have the strap there for you. Down dog first. Stay in down dog for several breaths and prepare your mind. You can think of what you're going to do in bird of hell or twisted bird of paradise. And then let's bring your left leg up as you inhale. And exhale, step your left foot forward. Hold the strap with you on your left hand as you stand up into the lunge. Hands in front of your heart. Twisted lunge when you are ready. And here, important thing is that you push yourself a bit more so your knee will be closer toward your shoulder. And start doing the bound. Yeah. So bend your elbow a lot and turn yourself so you find the bound. It's very tricky here, especially when you are not so flexible in your twisting muscles. So here I am. Now let's look at your front foot on the floor. You are going to step your back foot forward until your feet are on the same line. Now your hand will be between your legs and it feels quite funny, but it's supposed to be there. Then let's lift your bounded leg up. And slowly stand up. And maybe you can straighten your legs too. And keep both legs straight. So always raise yourself up. And bring your chest to the side. Woo. And slowly get out. This pose the same way you get in. Release your hands. Wow. Move the strap out. Charge pose. We deserve this. So bring your knees out and bring your belly in between your thighs. Rest your head on the floor. Cool down with your breath and slow down. And then slowly come out this pose, charge pose, and sit down to the floor. Oh. All right. Let's bring your feet toward each other and open your knees out. Bandha Konasana pose. Inhale, raise your chest up and exhale, forward bend. And then slowly come out of this pose. Straighten your legs in front of you. Let's try Matsyendrasana, the twisted on the floor with the strap. We did this before, and now see how much we have progressed. So bend your right knee and put your right foot outside of your left knee. You can stay here in this pose, or you can try bend your left knee too and put your left heel outside of your buttock, but make sure that both of your hips are on the floor. So you're sitting with both of your butt on the floor. If you feel like it's lifted off the floor, you can come back to this pose. Okay, so it's your choice. I will be here in this pose. I'm going to put this strap through the hole underneath my knee, and one end will be waiting behind me, and one end will be waiting at my left hip. I will push myself so that my left arm will be outside of the thigh, and bend my. I will point my hand down and hold the strap on one end. The other hand will go behind and hold the other end of the strap. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Right, and walk my hand closer and closer. Maybe someday you can bring your hand underneath this hole and hold your hand close to each other. So inhale, raise your chest up, and exhale, twist. Try to push both sides of your hips on the floor. Don't be lifted off the floor. Push it down. And think of turning your whole chest to the side. For a few breaths here. And slowly get out of this pose. At first, let's walk your hands back, pointing your fingers behind you, and raise your chest up. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Do you feel like your breath is already deeper? Maybe it's just relative, because it was very hard to breathe deeply when we were squeezed in the twist and bound. But twist and bound really can expand your lungs, because they will stretch all these muscles that cover your lungs. And by making those muscles more flexible, your rib cage can expand more and can contract more, so you breathe more effectively. So let's get out of this and get into the other side. Bend your left knee, put your left foot outside of your right knee. Option 1 is this. Option 2, you bend the other knee too, and your right heel will be outside of your left hip, and both of your buttock will still be on the floor. So you choose one of these, but I will be here. So make sure both of your butt cheeks are on the floor. Now let's find the strap and bring it underneath this hole between under your knee, and make one strap on your right waist, waiting here. Push yourself so that your right arm will be outside of your thigh. Now your hand is facing up. Let's bring your hand down. It's facing down. And maybe your hand can go through this hole. Then that's awesome. Or you can just hold the strap. The other hand will go back and find the other end of the strap. And start walking your hand closer and closer. So really try to press your hips down to the floor. Don't let any side of your hips go out. And then inhale, raise your chest up. And exhale, open your shoulders back. That action is what makes your hands come closer. And then slowly get out of this pose. It's really hitting. And again, the back bend, so point your fingers back, walk your hands away from you, and raise your chest up. Inhale deeply into your lungs, and exhale. Then you're going to bend your knees Bandha Konasana again, but you're going to lay down to the floor. And this shape will give you a slight back bend. So you can lift your lower back up and bring your arms over your head or to the side. So now stay here and feel how the front of your body is expanding. Take very deep inhale. And feel how you are gaining back space in your body. You have been squeezing it in many different directions. And think of how one side on our body is always easier to twist than the other side. That's because we are asymmetrical in our body. But what we seek is to find balance. But what we try to find is balance between your right side and your left side. So if you find it extremely much harder than on one side than on the other side, it could indicate that one side of your spine has tighter muscles than the other. And that could be a sign that your spine is not symmetrical. It can be curved in one side. So what you do is that you try to twist the weaker side as much as the strong side. And twisting is extremely good to fix posture and bad spine shape. It's like you're giving yourself a massage on the back. Watch how your breath is slowing down. And how your heart is beating slowly. And your body is cooling down too. If you like this pose, you can stay here for the rest of the class. Otherwise, go to Savasana anytime you want. In any pose, let your body expand on the floor. Make space for your body. If your body needs more space, you can always bring your hips away from your shoulders. And think of how all the bones on your spine, the vertebra, they are sinking down to the floor. And you have given them new space so they can be more comfortable. Every time you exhale, think of how your muscles are melting down toward the floor. And feel the bones getting heavier and sinking down to the floor. Feel how your body is very calm now compared to when we did like bird of paradise or bird of hell. All very complex yoga poses. You can keep staying here in Savasana and relaxing, or you can start moving your hands and your feet to slowly get out of this pose. Give yourself a stretch, or turning from side to side, or twisting gently, and slowly find a way to sit. When you sit, feel that space you have earned inside your body. By inhale, grow up taller. So remember, that was our mantra. Exhale while you still keep this height for your body. And slowly open your eyes to finish the class. I really love twist and bound because it's fixing my spine. It's like it's rearranging how my spine. It's like I'm rearranging my spine on my own. And by trying to twist and bound the same amount on both sides, you are bringing balance into your spine. And if you have spine problems such as being rounded or being a socialist, so a bit asymmetrical on your spine, it can make the problem much, it can improve the problem for you. Yeah, and maybe you can gain very little bit more height after all the twist and bound. So thank you very much, and I will see you in next class. Namaste.